Now here's one of the coolest cues that you will find available right now in the marketplace for the money. Look at the amount of work in this beautiful Salmero Roy Bautista cue, and pay close attention to the type of woods that are in this cue. This is not cheap wood right here. So not only are you getting a bunch of bang for your buck as far as the point work, the butterflies, the ring work, which is green turquoise ovals, by the way, and you've got a total of 7 position rings. You also have some micro rings too, so it's a combination of the turquoise ovals, and then you have the micro rings that are kind of like micro stitch rings, matching veneered rings, so they match the color of the veneers. But anyway, this is only $1,075 on my website right now. If you go to crossroadcues.com, we are going to get it up in an individual post. But take a look at all the different Salmero Roy Bautista cues. I have a handful of other ones that are left. We did a large order with Salmero. We always do large orders and they always sell really, really fast. I actually hand-picked these designs and the different types of woods, and look at the end result of what he came out with. So this is actually an 8-point cue. You've got 4 ebony into ebony points up top. The veneer colors are blue, natural, and purple, and then you've got the butterflies in between. Look at that. If you were to have this cue made by an American cue maker, you're going to spend thousands and thousands of dollars. Salmero is, of course, one of the most reputable, if not the most reputable cue maker in the Philippines. He is the only person that we deal with over there. He has become a good friend of ours here at Crossroad Cues. We are always excited when we get these in because they sell fast. We've sold several batches over the last few years and we never get any complaints. There's always questions people will ask. Well, what if you purchase a cue that was made in the Philippines? Number one, how's the construction? Well, I can tell you this right now. He cores his cues. He obviously uses really good wood, and he's been making cues for a very long time, okay? And for $1,075, how in the world can you go wrong? I mean, this thing is absolutely gorgeous. And again, it's a butterfly cue. So you've got 4 ebony into ebony points up top, and then 4 ebony into ebony reverse points in the butt sleeve, and then of course you've got the butterflies. 8-inch extension included. But the other thing that Roy does, Roy buys wood from other countries because the wood in the climate where he's at, there's a lot more moisture in the air. So obviously, when if you were to use local woods, for instance, cues could warp or they could move. He's already thought that out. He buys woods. Like, look at this Amboyna Burl. This is just ridiculous Amboyna Burl. This wood has become really, really, really hard to get. So, to answer anybody's questions, these cues hold up good. They have a nice solid hit to them. A lot of people like to play with their Revo shafts. That's a standard radial. You do have 2 13mm maple shafts with this as well. Again, 7 position ring work. You got a segmented handle. A lot of bang for your buck. We've been dealing with Roy for years, and we constantly have people that will either inquire about a Bautista cue or they will buy a Bautista cue every time that we get a batch in. So this beautiful butterfly is available as of right now. Make sure that you contact me and ask me if it's still available by the time you see this video. And again, if you want to go to the group post on my website, you can check out. There's a financing option there. This is number 7, and we are going to get it in an individual post as well. But there are other options on the website right now. So take a close look at these cues. Great looking designs, good playability. Salmero builds cues for some of the top he builds cues for some of the top players in the Philippines. He does the majority of all the work himself in the shop. He doesn't just go out and buy a cue and put his name on it. You can look at his page. He's got a big following, and these are handmade custom cues with the use of very, very, very primitive machinery. He hardly uses any machines at all. Guy just does a great job for what he's got to work with. It's always consistent, and they always sell because they play. Salmero Roy Bautista, 8-point butterfly, Amboyna and Ebony, all ringed up, extension and 2 shafts. Come on with your bad self. CrossroadCues.com. Cannot go wrong with a Salmero Roy Bautista slick handle 8-pointer with butterflies.